the second half, and I like to think we were 4 for 4 in the second half, and that Cincinnati's an extremely physical team. We like to play in rhythm. We're a very talented offensive team, and they really disrupted us. They just weren't letting us go where we wanted to go. They were blowing up every screen. They were just muddying up the game. And then I thought they were the aggressor on the offensive glass, but we ended up winning the rebounding battle. I liked how our guys responded. Ryan was phenomenal today. Um, I challenged Sananda and Mikel at halftime, and I thought they really responded. Adrian Woolley, although he only scored 6 points in his 20 minutes, I thought he was huge, made some huge hustle plays late in the game. It was awesome for Kobe Rogers to come back to his hometown and get a win. Kobe was elected by his peers captain, one of the captains of our team, as is Ryan. And he's just the Energizer Bunny off the bench. He always raises the level of play when he comes in the game. And he's so selfless, and he's such a great teammate. He came in to give Mikel a quick spell with about 1:50 left because Kel was just spent. And then we got Kel right back in there, and he hugged him, and he goes, go finish the game for us. That's kind of like just what leaders do. So fortunate to come away with a win. It was fun to be back in my hometown. But fortunate to get a win.
No questions for Ryan Conwell?
Brian, they beat you when you were for the other team, and now you got him, and you just like this county, or they go for it?
I mean, first and foremost, I want to say all glory to God. I'm just blessed to be in this position. But yeah, they beat me last year, but I'm just thankful just to win this game with just such a great group of brothers and coaching staff. And whatever game it is, I want to win each and every single game that we play, no matter who we're playing against. So I'm just glad we got the job done today.
Ryan, what got you going in the second half?
To be honest, I would just say the energy from my brothers. Like PK was saying, kind of in the first half, we got off to a slower start. Just they were just a more physical team. Going into halftime, we made an emphasis of just, being us. Which is a physical, fast playing team. Who do the little things, and just coming out. As one of the leaders, I knew I had to be part of setting that tone and bringing that energy, and that's just what I tried to do, and just lean on just the energy from my teammates as well. So.
Ryan, you've seen Cincinnati 3 straight years. How much does that help with your mental and physical preparation, kind of knowing what to expect?
Yeah, it definitely helps. I mean, they definitely, have had, new players, each year. So that's a little switch up. But, some of the actions that they run are still the same, and different things like that, I picked up on, over the years. And, I think, as a team, and as a coaching staff, we do a great job of scouting whoever we're playing against. So I think we were prepared today.
Ryan, can you talk about the environment here? It seems like it was kind of 50-50, or maybe a little more for you guys.
Yeah, I mean, I love our fans. They go wherever we go, and we thrive off of that energy, whether it's in the Yum, and this being our first away game. Just still feeling that energy when we go on different runs and stuff like that is very beneficial, and we're just thankful just to have such great fans following with us. So.
Ryan, you've been able to play in both of these rivalries with Cincinnati, now here with Louisville, with Xavier. What was Coach Kelsey's message heading into this one, knowing the history between both programs?
Just be us. Really, that's the message every single game, no matter who we're playing against. We need to be us. We knew that they were just a great, fast playing team. Very physical, and in order to get the job done, we had to be us, and just match that physicality. So.
Ryan, how much of a statement is it for you guys? Obviously, you scored up 50 points in the first half. Through every game to this point. Just how much is a statement for you all? To not break 30 and then to be able to come out and take the second half and kind of win in like an ugly, gritty fashion.
Yeah, I mean, it definitely makes a statement, but we take as much pride or even more pride just on the defensive end than we do offensively. PK harps on that, every single day. That we know that we have the firepower on offense, but in order to get where we're trying to go, we have to be a great team defensively as well. So, we just got to get back in the lab and just keep growing day by day. So.
Yeah, just one more. When guarding them, what do you think was the biggest challenge for you all defensively?
I mean, I would just say, just getting back in, they love to score on transition. So, just our transition defense, especially in the first half, You know, it should have been better. And, you know, I take accountability on that and, you know, the team as a whole. We just, you know, I just have to keep building day by day. I mean, there's definitely gonna be ups and downs in the game, and we're never gonna be perfect. But you know, just taking one game one day at a time.
Okay, thank you, Ryan. You can go.
Thank
Question for Coach Kelsey?
Can you talk about that 5 point, Mike Hill run? I think they cut it to 61-56, something like that. And that, it seemed like to be a critical part of the game in the second.
Yeah, made that big three and they got big steal and got that dunk. You know, big time players make big time plays and big time moments. And that's what Michael Brown is. I've said many times, he's basketball wise beyond his years, competitive nature that he has. He loves big moments. He loves the bright lights, and that gave us a huge boost. That was a big couple possessions in the game for sure.
You ever started a game going 7.5 minutes without a bucket?
No, we have a lot of offensive firepower, as Ryan mentioned, but you got to credit Cincinnati for that. Like, you know, they tried to blow up everything. I mean, the officials set the tone early in the game that they were going to allow physicality, and it took us too long to adjust because they weren't letting us move where we wanted to move. Like every time we go to set a ball screen, they blew up. Every time we tried to set a wide pin, they blew it up. So we had to adjust, and it just took us too long to do that. Ryan's right. Like their assault on the paint was more kind of ferocious than ours was. They were getting in the paint. They were crashing the glass. Like we talk so much about going and hitting them out by the 3-point line and not waiting till they get a run on the offensive glass. And we didn't do that well in the first half. Like I said, they were the aggressor, but I thought we really adjusted. I was proud of how our guys responded in the second half.
You've spoken, several times just about how steady of a presence Ryan is. I'm just wondering, in a game like that where you have such a slow start, just how important it is to have someone who is, as consistent as he is, just in terms of like his presence and his game.
Yeah. He's a player that gives our guys courage, like without even saying a lot. Like, I mean, you hear him, he's an unbelievable kid, sharp as a tack, but he's not always the most vocal guy, but like just his way about him gives guys courage and gives them confidence. And you can just look at him, at his eyes in timeouts, and look at his eyes in big moments, and like he's been there, done that. He's not afraid. He stepped up in a big way for us tonight. He's big time.
Okay. Your thoughts on the environment here are pretty cool.
It was awesome. It was awesome. I was just on my radio deal, and I know there's a bunch of Card fans driving down I-71 back home. And I was proud of our fan base. They came in big numbers, and there were a couple of roars. I call them the portable young, that I thought gave us some courage as well. But Cincinnati fans came as well. It's a big time atmosphere. I think there was so much talk about, the high school football game, the bad weather, the ticket prices, all this stuff. But, I felt like it was a big time college basketball atmosphere. There's a whole lot of red there, obviously, but it was awesome. It was great energy. It was two big time, two high level teams going head to head in a very physical, hotly contested matchup. So, like I said, we're fortunate to come out with a win.
How much did your defensive approach, if at all, change after Bob Miller?
Yeah, I mean, let's not forget, like, he's arguably their best player. He's really good. That changed things when he went out of the game. Let's call it what it is. That's a difficult loss for them, and it's just the way it goes sometimes. I hope he's okay, but I think it's important to mention that, like, he's in the game. Who knows how that thing ends up. It's unfortunate for him, but I hope he's okay. He's a really good player.
As a Cincinnati native, is this a series that you would like to see continue after this to neutral site contract?
Maybe. I don't know. I'm not ready to make that declaration. Like I said, it's hard playing friends and stuff like that. And it's, I don't know. I think it'd be a really good thing. It's a lot coming back home. It's a lot. It was awesome though. So weird staying in a hotel in Cincinnati. This is the weirdest thing ever. I could have gone to my mom's house and just, but all the meetings and stuff like that we had, I decided not to, but, I would have had an egg sandwich in a brown bag with my name on it, with a napkin inside it with a note on it, like she used to do in high school. That's what I would have gotten, but I decided to stay at the hotel.
Coach, obviously Cincinnati tried to get the game going inside out early. Mustafa Cham got going on the offensive end, kind of presented a couple different looks. What was working to where you guys
Yeah.
were going to stop that?
Yeah, I just think they were hitting the paint. We call it force. Like, we want force on the paint. We want to touch the paint. People talk about all the shoot threes we shoot. All we talk about is force on the paint, attacking the rim, putting free throw pressure on people. And we did that at a high level. I mean, we shot 28 free throws. We were 24 for 28 on the line. But we want to limit our opponent's paint touches, because you touch paint, that's efficient. You're putting foul pressure on people, and they were doing it on offensive rebounds. They were doing it in transition. They were driving the ball on us. And I thought we did a better job of making them shoot jump shots in the second half versus allowing them to get in the paint and score around the rim.
What was your message to through them at halftime when you said?
Yeah, it was a little bit, I mean, forever you used to call it a butt chewing, but now you got to be politically correct. We just did some aggressive counseling in there. You know what I mean? He responded. I got after Cal and I got after Sananda, and and those guys came out with an edge in the second half. I thought Sananda gave us a big boost. I thought Kanai Roots, I mean, whatever his minutes were, 13 minutes, I thought, and he was 1 for 2 from the field, but like, he changed the game when he went in there. He was playing nasty, he was tough, he was not only matching their physicality, I think he was exceeding it, and gave us a really big boost.
Coach, just talk to us about your team's ability to win different styles of games. Like,
Yeah.
you can play a UK game and get up into the 170s,
Yeah.
180s, or play, a really physical rugby game like this one too.
Yeah, it's good. It's good. I mean, these type games help you when you get into conference play, and it helps you when you get into tournament play. Because this is like a fist fight. I mean, this is grimy, nasty, physical, all that stuff. And, to know that you can win in different styles is good. Yeah, they're, like I said, get great length, positional size. They're rugged, they're physical, they're tough. So we knew that going in, but I guess I didn't prepare my guys enough for that, because they were just negating everything we were trying to do. We couldn't screen, we couldn't get any separation, we couldn't get loose. And then they were being more physical on the backboard as well. So, I mean, I love to study basketball. I knew they were one of the best defensive teams in the country, so it was a lot of fun to watch the last several days in preparation, just their scheme and how hard they play and stuff like that. I'm always taking notes. I'm always learning. And obviously there's some things that we can do as well, and learn from that. But I thought in the second half, we really guarded. I thought we really guarded. There's just a different edge to us. And I don't think there was this disparity where they were the hardest playing team like they were in the first half. I like to think we were in the second half.
Ask if you had a go-to talk to give them when you need that extra effort, because it was noticeable. The effort.
Look, I'm not saying that I waved them, I did some magic in there. It was just, as you guys know, I get a little fired up, and you can't do it all the time, because then it's like Charlie Brown's teacher. They're not listening to you anymore, but like, sometimes you got to get after them a little bit, but those guys responded. I'm proud of them.
Coach Kelsey? All right, thanks, guys.
Thank you.
Thanks, man.